So let me ask you this. We've said now on offense and defense, they're not going to be, apparently at this point, are not as good as they were last season, which was a crummy season. How do they stack up in their division? Are they contending? Are they pulling ahead? Are they falling behind?
Well, I think it's clear they've fallen behind the Rams.
Why?
The Niners are getting cheaper and getting worse, while the Rams just went out and got Devontae Adams, which is a big-time move. The Niners got Demarcus Robinson, who was on the Rams last year. So the Rams upgraded, the Niners didn't necessarily. After that, the Seahawks are getting rid of they got rid of DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, Geno Smith. They did get Sam Darnold, but I don't know how good the Seahawks will be next year. The Cardinals added a big-time pass rusher in Josh Sweat, but it's still Kyler Murray, and he still always falls apart in November, December. So I don't know. You could say the Niners are in the pack with those three, but they're clearly behind the Rams.
I would have to agree with you. And as bad as Arizona is, they murdered the Niners twice last year. Murdered them.
Yep. And the Seahawks found a way to beat the Niners with Geno Smith. Darnold's better than him.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I respect Geno Smith. He tries so hard, and it's clear he wears his heart on his sleeve. He really suffers when he throws a pick, but he's not really a winning quarterback, I don't think. I think Darnold, with all of his issues, is a better quarterback than Geno Smith. I do.
I agree.
And he's not that good.
No. And Darnold's getting a reasonable 3-year, $100 million contract, which will allow the Seahawks to build a team around him. We don't know yet what's going to happen with Brock Purdy and his contract, but it does seem that perhaps the Niners are like earmarking the money or saving the money for that potential deal. I don't know. Maybe, or they're just not going to spend any money this offseason. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So what we have then on March 12th, 2025, is that there are two brackets in the NFC West, the Rams and the other three teams.
I agree. Let me ask you this, Dad. The fact that ownership has decided not to spend as much and that they have to kind of pare back, is that an excuse for Kyle Shanahan? If he misses the playoffs this year, can he say, like, look, I mean, it was a rebuilding year. What do you want? Or is the heat still on? Get in the playoffs, win a freaking game.
I believe the heat is still on. I mean, look at it this way. They had a really high aggregate salary last season, and they managed 6 wins. I think what management is saying to Kyle and to John, we did it that way. We spent a lot of money. Kyle, we spend a lot of money on you. He gets 14 or 15 million a year, right?
14, something like that, yeah.
That's like a player. And say, you know what? You're supposed to make a difference. We need to tighten our belts a little bit. Let's see you make a difference. This is a test on you, and it's a test on John Lynch. And we expect results. There are other teams who do well with lower salaries and with some players in key positions who are not great because they have great coaches. Let's see you do it. So I see this as a test. And Iggy, if they win 6 games, if they don't make the playoffs, I'd say get rid of them.
I'd say that too. And I wonder if the Niners are starting to feel that way. They could have fired him last season, but it seems like they're doing like taking the middle ground. Okay, you get one more chance, but it's going to be tough sledding. You're not going to get the budget you had before. You're going to have to really show that you're a great coach. Yeah. Because we really feel like a big reason the team was so good the last few years is we spent a lot of money on players.
Right. And you're supposed to coach them up. Let's see you do your job.
Yep.
I think that's fair. And I mean, this guy, Kyle Shanahan, has had every excuse. I've never seen a team with so many injury excuses year after year. I heard enough excuses. You don't like the salary? I heard enough excuses. Let's see you coach. What do you got?
And let's compare him to the Rams because Kyle and Sean McVay are kind of joined at the hip and they used to coach together. McVay wins the Super Bowl. Then the next year they have a big time down year. And they go 5-12, something like that. Kind of like the Niners. They lost the Super Bowl, then they have a big time down year. And what McVay does is they completely remake the defense. Aaron Donald retires, and now they have a bunch of young players they drafted on defense, and they're back. They've had back-to-back 10-7 seasons. So can Kyle do that? Can you have a 10-7 season this year with a bunch of youngsters?
It's true. McVay rebuilt the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
He did it.
He did it.
Let's see you do it. You're supposed to be.
He didn't have 2 down years back to back. He had one bounce back with a young team and a new team.
Yeah. Let's see you do it. And the other thing, I have some issues with him, McVay, but he's a very energetic leader. He's got a personality. Sometimes I look at Kyle Shanahan. I don't know. I've never met him, but it looks like his personality was stolen at birth.
Very low energy.
That I can perceive. He may be a rip snorter around the team. I'm not around the team.
In secret.
I have no idea. In secret, right?
Yeah. No, I think there's a reason that he needs a coach like Robert Saleh, because Robert Saleh has genuine energy and Kyle Shanahan is the monotone king.
The monotone king.
Mr.